this video we're going to look at money problems. These are a really common question on the GCSE Foundation Tier exam. So let's have a look at this example. Nicola buys 2 cups of coffee and a sandwich, and I'm given a price list here of various different items. Work out the total cost that all of this comes to. So she buys 2 cups of coffee, which I can see are 90p each, so I'm going to need 2 of those at 90p. And she also buys a sandwich which is £1.30. So there's my 2 coffees, and the sandwich is £1.30. Now notice what I'm doing here is I'm actually working in pence. So this is 90 pence, 90 pence, and instead of £1.30 it's 130 pence. If I put the little pence sign next to it so we can keep track of it. What I could have done as an alternative is actually work these out in pounds. So £1.30 is the obvious one, but then 90p I have to enter like this. What's important in both of these examples is that I work in either all pence or either all pounds. They're both really important. I can't just change in between them halfway through the calculation. So I'm going to do these side by side just to show that I end up at the same answer. So when I add all these up, 0 add 0 add 0 is 0, 9 add 9 add the 3, and then drop the 1 down, I end up with 310 pence. And if I'm working on this problem, I end up 0, 0, 0, 9, 9 and 3 makes 21 again. My decimal point drops down, and 1 add the 2, I end up with £3.10. On this calculation here, what I need to do is I need to convert it into the correct answer, which is £3.10. Now that's already given to me when I do it working in pounds, but I just need to be careful putting in the 90 pences up here. In the second part of this example, Claudia buys a can of cola and a cake. She pays with a £5 note. How much change should she get? So to do this one, I'm going to work exclusively in pence, and then if I need to at the end, I'm going to convert my answer back into pounds. So Claudia buys a can of cola, which is 55p. The cake is £1.60, which I'm going to enter as 160 pence. The first thing I need to do is to work out how much this actually costs. So altogether, this costs 215 pence, or £2.15p. Now I know she's paid with a £5 note. In pence, this is 500p. So I need to do the subtraction sum. 500 take away 215. Now that's one way of attacking this problem. I'm going to solve this one first, then I'm going to show you a different way of getting to the same answer. When I do column subtraction here, 0 take away 5, I'm going to need to borrow from the next column, but then there's nothing in the next column, so I move 1 along and I borrow from there, making that now a 4. My 1 carries over into this one, and I'm going to borrow from it, turning it now into a 9, and the 1 carries over to this column. So now this becomes 10 take away 5, which is 5, 9 take away 1, which is 8, and 4 take away 2, which is 2. So 285, or £2.85p is the change that she receives. Now the second way of having a go at this is by considering if Claudia's total comes to £2.15, then an extra 5p takes it to £2.20, and then an extra 80p takes this total to £3, and then from here an extra £2 takes it all the way back up to the £5 note that she started with. So in total I can see here a change is £2.85, which was the same answer I got here. Here's a question for you to have a go at yourself. Pause the video here, hit play when you're ready for me to talk you through the answers. Okay, Chloe buys 2 magazines and a chocolate bar. So the magazines each are 55p, and again like in the previous example I'm going to work exclusively in pence here. The chocolate bar is a grand total of £1.60. So if we add all of these things up, 5 add 5 add 0 is 10, and I need to carry the 1 over. 5 add 5 add 6 is 16, carry the 1 over, and that becomes 270 pence, or £2.70, and I must leave my answer in pounds. Bakir buys a can of cola and 2 magazines. He pays with a £5 note. How much change should he get? So the Coke is 90p, the magazines are 55 each. So the first thing I'm going to do is work out how much the whole thing comes to in total. So this gives me 5 add 5, which is 10. 5 add 5 add 9 is 19, but then add the 1 down here, and the 2 is going to slot in there. So this comes to in total £2. That's how much he spent on the Coke and the 2 magazines. Now if I use my method where I chunk up the answer to get to the £5 note, this is quite easy to do on this one. I just need to add on £3 to make it up to the £5 note that he used. So the change he receives is £3. Here's a second question for you to have a go at. Take care on this one. We're now talking about tickets rather than items you might buy at a shop. Pause the video, have a go yourself, hit play when you're ready for the answers. Okay, Zane buys 2 adult tickets and 2 child's tickets. So an adult ticket is worth £3.90 and I need 2 of those. The child's tickets are £1.50 and I also need 2 of those. So this one's quite nice. 0 add 0 add 0 add 0 is 0. 9 add 9 add 5 add 5. Well, the 5 and the 5 makes 10. The 2 9s makes 18. So that gives me a grand total of 28. And 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I end up with 1,080 pence, which is £10.80p. That's the total he spends on the 2 tickets, both for adults and for children. In the second part of this question, Ruth buys 2 adult tickets. She pays with a £10 note. How much change should she get? So an adult's ticket is £3.90 and Ruth buys 2 of those. So first of all, to add up both of these, 0 add 0, 9 add 9 and 3 add 3 is 6 with the 1 down here. Ruth spends a total of £7.80. Now she uses a £10 note, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add on 20 pence. That's going to take me up to £8, and then from here I need to add on a further £2 to get to the amount she actually exchanged for the goods, the £10. So the change is £2.20. Well done if you got both of those correct. There are further money problems coming up in the later series of these videos. Thanks for watching.